All right, everyone, buckle up because the tech news cycle is absolutely exploding today, and you need to know what's happening. We're diving headfirst into the biggest stories that are shaking up the industry, and trust me, you don't want to miss a second of this. The pace is relentless, the stakes are sky high, and we've got the inside scoop on the moves that are defining the future. Get ready for some game-changing updates that will have you on the edge of your seat. From legal battles igniting the AI landscape to groundbreaking developments that could reshape how we interact with technology, this is the intel you've been waiting for. We're breaking down the critical details, dissecting the impacts, and bringing you the unfiltered truth. So, strap in, lean forward, and let's get into it. First up, a colossal legal showdown is erupting as a tech titan throws down the gauntlet against two of the biggest names in the game, alleging a massive conspiracy to stifle innovation. We're talking about claims of collusion, market manipulation, and a fight for the very soul of artificial intelligence development. This is huge, and it's just the beginning. Then, we're diving into the nitty-gritty of how this legal drama is playing out, with specific accusations about App Store dominance and the secret deals that could be shaping your digital world. We'll uncover the details of the lawsuit, the responses from the accused, and what this means for the future of AI accessibility. And if that wasn't enough, get ready for more. We've got another angle on this major legal battle, digging deeper into the motivations, the historical context, and the potential consequences for the entire tech ecosystem. Plus, we're hitting you with a fresh perspective on how these giants are allegedly working together to control the narrative and the market. Finally, we'll explore the implications of these alleged anti-competitive practices, looking at how they might impact developers, users, and the overall landscape of innovation. This is the news you can't afford to miss. So, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and let's get started. Apple and OpenAI targeted in landmark antitrust lawsuit by Elon Musk's xAI. Context: Elon Musk's xAI has filed a major lawsuit against tech giants Apple and OpenAI, accusing them of illicit collusion to stifle competition in the burgeoning artificial intelligence market, particularly within smartphone ecosystems and App Store visibility. The legal battleground is the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas, where xAI, now integrated with the social media platform X, has lodged serious allegations. At the heart of the complaint is the claim that Apple and OpenAI have conspired to maintain their market dominance by unfairly favoring OpenAI's ChatGPT. Specifically, the lawsuit asserts that Apple's deep integration of ChatGPT into its iOS, iPadOS, and macOS operating systems, alongside preferential treatment in App Store rankings, effectively blocks competitors like xAI's Grok chatbot from reaching a wider audience. Musk's legal team argues that this partnership is a strategic move by Apple to protect its smartphone monopoly by making OpenAI the sole, readily accessible AI tool for millions of users. The complaint paints OpenAI as a monopolist in the AI chatbot space, with Apple's platform acting as a gatekeeper to preserve this status. The lawsuit details how Grok, despite being xAI's flagship product, suffers from significantly lower visibility in App Store rankings compared to ChatGPT, which was integrated into Apple's product lineup last year. This integration, according to the filing, was a deliberate business decision to keep OpenAI ahead and competitors like Grok in the shadows. Musk had previously voiced his strong disapproval on X, labeling Apple's actions as an unequivocal antitrust violation, and stating that Apple's behavior makes it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to reach one in the App Store. OpenAI, through spokesperson Lindsay Held, has responded by calling the lawsuit consistent with Mr. Musk's ongoing pattern of harassment. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman also weighed in, remarking on what he perceived as Musk's attempts to manipulate X for personal gain and to harm competitors. The history between Musk and Altman is fraught. Musk, an OpenAI co-founder, departed in 2018 due to disagreements over the company's direction, particularly its shift from a nonprofit to a commercial entity heavily backed by Microsoft. This lawsuit follows an earlier one filed by Musk last year, accusing OpenAI and Altman of violating their original agreement to develop AI for humanity's benefit by prioritizing commercial interests. OpenAI countersued, alleging harassment, including social media attacks and a purported $97.4 billion acquisition offer from Musk intended to disrupt their business. Apple maintains its stance that the App Store is unbiased, stating that app rankings are determined by multiple signals. However, xAI's legal team contends that this is not the reality, even in light of community notes on X that highlighted instances of rival apps briefly topping the charts. The lawsuit also highlights xAI's recent merger with X, consolidating Musk's AI and social media interests, with Grok being promoted via the X platform as a direct competitor to ChatGPT. The core of the legal argument rests on the alleged anti-competitive scheme designed to lock out rivals and maintain market control. User impact. The lawsuit highlights growing concerns about fair competition in the AI sector, with users potentially being funneled towards specific AI tools due to platform integrations. But what exactly are the terms of this alleged collusion, and how deep do the accusations go? Stay tuned as we break down the specifics of this monumental legal clash. Musk's xAI accuses Apple and OpenAI of colluding to suppress Grok in App Store rankings. Context: Elon Musk's xAI has officially filed an antitrust lawsuit against Apple and OpenAI, alleging a coordinated effort to boost ChatGPT's prominence in the iPhone App Store while sidelining Musk's own AI chatbot, Grok. The lawsuit, lodged in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas, posits that Apple and OpenAI are actively working together to maintain monopolies in both the smartphone and generative AI markets, effectively creating barriers to entry for competitors. The 61-page filing explicitly states, "This is a tale of two monopolists joining forces to ensure their continued dominance in a world rapidly driven by the most powerful technology humanity has ever created, artificial intelligence." It further elaborates that, working in tandem, defendants Apple and OpenAI have locked up markets to maintain their monopolies and prevent innovators like X and xAI from competing. Musk had previously voiced his intent to sue on August 11th, asserting that Apple's practices make it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to reach one in the App Store, branding it an unequivocal antitrust violation. Currently, ChatGPT holds the top spot in Apple's App Store for both top free apps and productivity categories, whereas Grok ranks fifth in the latter and is absent from the top 6 free apps. The lawsuit points to Apple's strategic partnership with OpenAI, which facilitates the seamless integration of ChatGPT into Apple's software ecosystem. Musk's legal team contends that this exclusive arrangement not only disadvantages xAI, but also limits the integration possibilities for other major players like Google and Anthropic. The complaint argues, as a result of the Apple-OpenAI deal, ChatGPT is not just the default, it is the only generative AI chatbot with a first-party integration into Apple's smartphones. This exclusivity means iPhone users seeking generative AI capabilities are primarily directed to ChatGPT. Beyond market positioning, the lawsuit raises significant concerns regarding ChatGPT's privacy and security protocols, alleging that Apple's corporate development team overlooked these issues when they were flagged by their own AI product team. The filing asserts, potential security issues also do not justify Apple's choice to integrate only with OpenAI. It further criticizes Apple's stance, noting, "In fact, although Apple CEO Tim Cook posted on the X platform that the Apple-OpenAI integration is built to protect user privacy at every step, Apple still partnered with OpenAI despite internal concerns over OpenAI's safety and security, so that both companies could jointly pursue their anti-competitive ends." Musk's legal action cites violations of 6 counts under the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890, along with charges of civil conspiracy, unfair competition, and violations of the Texas Free Enterprise and Antitrust Act. The plaintiffs are seeking billions of dollars in damages and have requested a jury trial, stating, "xAI and X have both been injured by this conduct, which has already caused them significant damages that will amount to billions of dollars in combined lost sales and enterprise values." OpenAI has publicly denounced the lawsuit, with a spokesperson characterizing it as part of Mr. Musk's ongoing pattern of harassment. Apple, meanwhile, has not yet responded to requests for comment. This legal challenge adds another layer to the scrutiny Apple faces regarding its App Store policies, following previous antitrust battles. User impact. The lawsuit brings to light potential user limitations and privacy concerns stemming from exclusive AI integrations on major mobile platforms. Could this legal battle force a major shift in how AI is integrated into our devices and app stores? We'll delve into the legal arguments and the potential fallout in our next segment. Elon Musk escalates feud, sues Apple and OpenAI for alleged AI market collusion. Context: Elon Musk has officially launched a lawsuit against Apple and OpenAI, accusing them of conspiring to suppress competition within the artificial intelligence sector and unfairly favoring OpenAI's ChatGPT over his own xAI's Grok chatbot. Filed in a Texas federal court, the lawsuit brought forth by Musk's legal team alleges that Apple and OpenAI have effectively locked up the market, leveraging their combined influence to maintain dominance and hinder rivals like xAI and the social media platform X from effectively competing. Musk, a vocal critic of anti-competitive practices in the tech industry, reportedly claims that Apple's App Store policies are biased, giving preferential treatment to OpenAI's ChatGPT while actively sidelining Grok. This legal action follows Musk's earlier indications of potential legal recourse after Grok was reportedly excluded from Apple's curated app lists, despite its significant download numbers. He had previously suggested that Apple was engaging in playing politics by prioritizing OpenAI's products. The court filing articulates that consumers have been directly harmed by these alleged practices, finding it difficult to transition to alternative AI-powered applications that could potentially challenge Apple and OpenAI's market positions. Musk's lawyers aim not only to halt what they describe as an anti-competitive scheme, but also to secure billions of dollars in damages. OpenAI, however, has dismissed these accusations, with a spokesperson characterizing Musk's claims as consistent with his pattern of harassment. While OpenAI has directly addressed the allegations, Apple has so far declined to comment on the matter, and Musk's company, xAI, has also remained silent. Industry analysts view this dispute as a significant indicator of the escalating tensions and intensifying competition among major players in the AI sector. It's worth noting that Musk has previously initiated separate legal proceedings against OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman, alleging that the company has deviated from its original nonprofit mission by embracing a strong commercial focus. Furthermore, Altman himself has previously downplayed Musk's concerns, suggesting that Musk's actions are primarily aimed at advancing his own business interests. Apple, in its past responses to similar criticisms, has consistently maintained that its App Store listings are curated based on expert judgment and are designed to strike a balance between user safety and opportunities for developers, asserting that its approach promotes fair visibility across rapidly evolving app categories. This lawsuit is anticipated to capture considerable attention, not only because it involves three of the most influential entities in technology, but also because it raises broader questions about antitrust enforcement and fair competition within the rapidly expanding AI ecosystem. User impact. The legal action underscores user concerns about potential biases in App Store curation and the impact on access to diverse AI technologies. But what are the specific legal grounds for these antitrust claims, and how might they impact Apple's business model? We're about to dive into the details of the legal arguments and the potential market ramifications. xAI lawsuit alleges Apple and OpenAI locked up AI markets, stifling competition. Context: Elon Musk's AI ventures, X and xAI, have filed a significant lawsuit against Apple and OpenAI, alleging a conspiracy to suppress AI competition through ChatGPT's exclusive integration into Apple's iOS ecosystem and App Store. The lawsuit, filed in a U.S. federal court in Texas, formalizes Musk's recent public accusations. It asserts that Apple and OpenAI have engaged in a practice of locking up markets to maintain their monopolies and prevent innovators like X and XAI from competing. The core of the complaint centers on Apple's partnership with OpenAI, which has led to ChatGPT being deeply embedded within iPhones, iPads, and Macs. This integration, according to X and XAI, grants ChatGPT a substantial competitive advantage, unfairly disadvantaging Grok, XAI's AI chatbot. The plaintiffs claim this exclusive arrangement distorts competition and allows OpenAI to maintain an imposing 80% market share in the U.S. generative AI chatbot market. The lawsuit further alleges that Apple's App Store rankings reflect this bias, with ChatGPT currently listed as the second highest ranking app, while Grok has seen a significant drop from the 5th to the 23rd position since the dispute intensified. This legal action from Musk's companies adds to the ongoing antitrust scrutiny faced by Apple concerning its App Store practices, including a notable victory for Epic Games that mandated changes to app payment methods. The XAI suit argues that Apple's exclusive deal with OpenAI contravenes antitrust laws by hindering innovation and restricting market access for smaller AI developers. In response, an OpenAI spokesperson characterized the lawsuit as consistent with Mr. Musk's ongoing pattern of harassment, while Apple has not yet issued a public comment. This legal battle unfolds against the backdrop of Musk's acquisition of the social media platform X for $33 billion in March, an acquisition aimed at bolstering XAI's AI training capabilities. Grok has also been integrated into Tesla vehicles, but XAI continues to face intense competition from Microsoft-backed OpenAI and emerging Chinese AI firms like DeepSeek. The lawsuit also highlights the ongoing legal disputes between Musk and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, who co-founded OpenAI with Musk in 2015. Musk has separately sued OpenAI and Altman, challenging the company's transition from a nonprofit organization to a for-profit entity. The case underscores the escalating tensions between Musk and Altman and brings to the forefront broader concerns about monopolistic practices within the rapidly expanding generative AI market. OpenAI's ChatGPT has maintained a dominant position since its late 2022 launch, with Apple's integration further amplifying its reach. However, other AI chatbots, such as DeepSeek and Perplexity, have at times managed to achieve top rankings on the App Store. If successful, this lawsuit could establish a significant precedent for regulating exclusive partnerships within the tech industry, potentially compelling Apple to revise its App Store policies to foster a more equitable competitive environment. User impact. The lawsuit could lead to greater scrutiny of App Store policies and potentially foster fairer competition for AI developers. But could this lawsuit reshape the future of AI distribution and competition in the digital marketplace? We'll wrap up with the broader implications and what this means for the tech landscape. In summary, Elon Musk's XAI is suing Apple and OpenAI, alleging a conspiracy to stifle AI competition through preferential treatment in the App Store. OpenAI has called it harassment, while Apple has not commented. This legal battle highlights the intense competition and antitrust concerns in the rapidly evolving AI sector. Don't miss our next update on this breaking story. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to ChatGPT Insights for all your AI news, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.